Hey, it's on. Look, it's on.
Oh, it's on.
It is so on.
Pull up a chair, grab a cold one, smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's time for the Fan Happy Hour.
On the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 and 1080. The Fan.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
Hey, happy Tuesday, all you beautiful radio listeners. I hope you are having a wonderful afternoon so far. Got Jeff Rust along with me. Happy to have you with us. We have an update. So we did our first try on something last week. Put together an interactive pick'em on Thursday. Invited listeners. We didn't get a ton. Partly my fault. I sent it out on social media a little bit late. But what we're doing every Thursday is we're trying to get people to pick along. We're trying to do a couple little practice runs before we get to football season. It'll be a lot of fun when we've got a ton of games. I threw some random stuff in there. I think you upset a lot of people by not watching Happy Gilmore over the weekend.
It was my wife's fault. She made us double dip on the OG.
I totally get it, but we do have a winner.
I dipped the chip, I took a bite, and then she made us dip it again.
You tried your best. It's all we can ask for. But we do have a winner, and I don't know if I'm happy or embarrassed to say. The big winner, getting more games correct than me by a long shot, getting the closest on the point differential, is my sister, Bonnie Anderson. So she is our winner. I don't know if she's listening, but we will be inviting her to join us next week to pick alongside, where we'll actually have football this Thursday.
Yes.
So if you entered to win, you lost. She won. In your face. Neener. With that, we jump into the biggest story of the day, and at least in my head, it's the passing of one Ryne Sandberg.
Yeah.
Chicago Cubs Hall of Fame second baseman, passed away on Monday the 28th at the age of 65. So his death was due to metastatic prostate cancer. Quick timeline on this, because I think there was a fair amount of confusion. If anybody watched like extra coverage of the Hall of Fame inductions, there was an interview with Wade Boggs, and he was basically saying goodbye this weekend. He was a fellow member of the 2005 Hall of Fame class. But January of 2004, Sandberg announced that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. In August of 2024, following treatment, he announced that he was cancer-free. But then in December of last year, he announced that it had returned and spread, requiring more treatment, and then he passed away yesterday. So I was trying to put into context, because I didn't watch Ryne Sandberg's entire career with full attention, because he started playing in like 1981. He grew up in the 70s in Spokane. I didn't spend any time with him then because, not being born. But sometimes you get
That's
these...
a bit of a hurdle to overcome.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But legends are legends for a reason. So I want to do some digging and figure out what it was about Ryne Sandberg that made him who he was. So a lot of what I saw was he had a quiet demeanor, which worked for Chicago very well, because he didn't really say much to the media, but he let his play do his talking. He had a great sense of humor in the locker room, so he was beloved by teammates. He was kind of a practical joker, and had a very kind of antagonistic sense of humor, where he would kind of stir the pot and then leave and watch and see what would happen, which I absolutely
The
love.
Joker walking away from the exploding hospital.
Yeah, I don't know that that's where I would go. I mean, the man passed away yesterday. I don't want to compare him to an evil villain.
I'm just
saying
in
how
terms of
great he was.
He likes to drop that bomb and then watch people react.
Sure. Well, people of his era put Sandberg up there with Michael Jordan, with Walter Payton as one of the pinnacles, the Mount Rushmore of Chicago sports.
Yes.
So I wanted to figure out why. So it all comes down again and again to a single game.
Okay.
This game was in 1984. It was on June 23rd, and it is affectionately known as the Sandberg game. So prior to 1984, he was a decent player. 266 average between 82 and 83. 266 average, he had averaged 7.5 home runs, 4.5 triples, 29 doubles. His slugging percentage floated around 361, had 30 some odd stolen bases each of his first couple full seasons with it. Well, he had taken some different advice about his plate approach, and was having a much better season to start off 1984. But there was a fierce rivalry, and still is, between the Cubs and the St. Louis Cardinals. So on the 23rd of June, the Cardinals were playing at Wrigley, and the game was not looking great. 9-3 lead for the Cardinals over the Cubs. They get it down to a 1-run deficit in the bottom of the 9th inning. Bruce Sutter comes in. He's a Hall of Fame closer, one of the first guys that's really credited for creating the closer position. He comes in and faces Ryne Sandberg. Again, Ryne Sandberg, a pretty good player, known as a good defender, good on the base path, but not a power hitter.
Right.
Well, in the bottom of the 9th, Sandberg goes solo shot, ties the game, sends it to extra innings. They get to extra innings, and it gets to another Cardinals lead, 11-9. And what does Sandberg do when he gets up? A 2-run home run in a game that the Cubs go on to win 12-11 in the 11th inning, cementing him as not only a guy that has more power than they thought, but somebody that is going to come up big in a big moment. He went on to win the MVP in 1984. They ended up, the Cubs ended up winning the NL Central. They end up winning the NL. They go to the NLCS. And they end up falling short. Obviously, he never had a chance to win a championship there. But from there, he just went on, to have a Hall of Fame career, join the 20-50 club, so 20 home runs, 50 stolen bases. 1990, he ends up hitting 40 home runs, wins the All-Star Home Run Derby, and that's where the legend really started of Ryne Sandberg. So I wanted to share that moment with you and the listeners.
Yeah, I think just a couple of notes on old Rhino.
Sure, yeah.
Not originally a Chicago Cub, drafted by the Phillies.
Yep, knew
Played
that.
13 games for them in 1981 before they traded his ass to Chicago, and what many called one of the most lopsided trades in baseball history.
Well, they didn't get anything back hardly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't recognize the players' names, and I'm sure in 1984 or 1981 they had some value, but ended up being basically a worthless trade.
Yes.
And then Sandberg was a 9-time Gold Glover, 7-time
Rookie of the year the very next
Slugger.
season.
Yeah, and he, again, very good defender,
Yeah.
very good base runner, but he went on to really get his power numbers up kind of that game on, which is very cool.
And I think the second note is that I think a lot of the reason why so many of us remember Ryne Sandberg and so fondly is because all of us had WGN as a kid.
Well, I think, yes, that's...
And that was also in the days before the Cubs had lights and they weren't doing night games, so they were always on in the afternoon. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so you'd catch it, maybe sandwiched between episodes of Saved by the Bell or something. But the Cubs were always on.
Well, but the Cubs also just had a personality that fit. There's some you have the Bears who are on the gridiron and rough and tough, and they doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah.
And you have the Cubs who are the lovable losers
with
on the
Rhino
north side.
and Sean Dunston and Andre Dawson.
And Mark Grace and
Yes.
the pinstripe uniforms that don't get referenced as the pinstripes because New York owns a pinstripe.
Exactly.
And it's Second City and it's all of those things.
Yeah.
And Harry Carey.
Yep.
And there's a million things that made the Cubs lovable.
Everybody.
Among them, Ryne Sandberg. So RIP and sending out all the spare love I have to his family and friends. And he was absolutely beloved in the baseball community.
Yeah.
So all the things flooding down over the last couple days and the tributes to him. And 65 is young.
Yeah,
So it's,
and I think just one more time, a sentiment that we all share, F cancer.
well, amen to that.
Yeah.
I don't think that even needs to be said, but I
Exactly.
will echo it as loudly as I can. Hey, let's tell some jokes. We'll go to In Case You Missed It. See if we get... there we go. All right, getting better at this. Jimmy Haslam, the Browns co-owner, downplays Manning talks. His goal is not specifically to add Arch Manning to the list of quarterbacks that he wasted part of their career. He clarified that his goal is to waste part of as many quarterbacks as possible. So I think just a misunderstanding. Manning. He wants to ruin them all. That's his plan.
He's got a pretty full quarterback room to ruin this year, too.
2 rookies in one season. I
Yeah.
think it's fantastic. Good for him. Speaking of quarterbacks, in case you missed it, Justin Fields said that he is very relieved that last week's injury to his toe was not worse. Duh.
Yeah.
Same question asked of Jets fans. They said, ask me after week 10.
Yeah, Look, the Jets are always just kind of a collective groan anyway.
Yes,
so
I understand
feel like
that.
that's
But
fitting.
listen, if he plays well, they will be happy that it wasn't worse. If he
Yes.
doesn't,
Yeah.
they certainly will not. Marcus Morris Sr. Has been arrested for fraud charges in Florida, and I'm sorry to report that it's not for impersonating his twin brother. But that may not be a good strategy because it sounds like he owes more than $250,000 to casinos. And if
Yeah.
you've ever seen the casino movies, his brother's in just as much trouble as he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Cornfield reference there. And then he just gets a big laugh from you, small laugh from the crowd. Oh, it's a grower. It's a grower.
And I think he only made like $107 million in his NBA career too, and he's out there writing bad checks at casinos.
I saw 108 million, but I
Okay,
think that last
107,
million
108,
is
yeah.
not the one that we need to
Yeah.
argue over. Finally, in case you missed it, LaMelo Ball is entering his name into the worst tattoo ever conversation.
Okay.
Have you seen the pictures?
I've not.
He has his toes inked almost entirely red, and then as you move up the foot, there is a flame and ashes and all of these things going up. The post that was captioned with it on social media said, "Hot Chi Toes."
What?
Yeah, Hot Chi Toes.
Oh, I
yeah.
get it.
Yeah. The good news is if he is not able to get an endorsement from Frito-Lay through that, he can get one from, boom, Tough Acted Tenactic. Let's go. Hey! All right, that's in case you missed it. We move on to the Daily Buzz. We do it next. You're listening to Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Top headlines, trending topics, and trivial matters that got our attention. It's the Daily Buzz on the Fan Happy Hour.
The Buzz.
Here's your host, Luke Anderson.
That's right. Going through some stories that caught our attention. Mariners get a nice win, 3-1 over the Athletics last night. Josh Naylor, a new acquisition for the Mariners, got his first home run in Seattle uniform. He also scored a second run later in the game. The one thing that I noticed about Josh Naylor, though, was how much everybody seemed to like his intelligence. So he's been with the team for 4 games. Yesterday, they're playing in Sacramento. Before that, they were playing in Anaheim. So he joins the team on a road trip.
Yes.
Has not practiced at all. They're in the middle of a 17-game stretch without a day off. They have not been to the home facilities. They plug him in at first base. Home run is fantastic, obviously, especially in a 3-1 game. Getting on base and picking up a couple extra bases. The way that he's running the bases, I don't know if you have seen the silhouette of Josh Naylor. He is not a small dude.
No.
He looks like he's a first baseman because he is a first baseman. But he gets on the second time and he's at first base. He decides he's going to go and steal, and they go for the pickoff move. This is a guy dead in the water, you would think. But remember how much we talked about Nick Kurtz yesterday, the big Amish?
Yes.
He's hitting the ball very well, but Naylor did something very slick when he's running to second base. He kind of floats in front of the shortstop coming over to cover second, to which Nick Kurtz tries to throw it around him, chucks the ball into left field, which gives Naylor third base, and then quickly he is knocked in for the second run for the Mariners. And then later in the game, the broadcast pointed out what looked like a routine catch at first base. And because of where the ball was thrown, instead of stepping into the baseline to get it, he actually stepped behind the baseline and makes a catch behind the bag, which is not something that you really think about.
Right.
But the way that you play first base, they've been just kind of rolling guys out to first base.
Yeah.
Rayleigh, who is just a big dude, so they put him out there, and Rowdy Tellez was released earlier in the year. But it looks very much like that you've got a very heady ball player. You've got somebody that can obviously handle the bat. He's hitting 292, I believe.
Yeah. I think 333 is a Mariner.
Well, there you go. Then he's gone up because it was 292 when they traded for him. So,
Gotcha.
But yes, so somebody that can handle the bat, but also somebody that can handle the other corner of the infield. And the other guy that had a fantastic game last night defensively, Ben Williamson, is fantastic defensively. Some of the plays that he made were absolutely ridiculous. He's not hitting at the clip that, say, Suarez would be if they can go and get Eugenio back. But Ben Williamson looks like he's going to be kind of that Kyle Seager mode. He'll have to improve his hitting a little bit, but looks like somebody that can play the hot corner for a long time in Seattle. So nice win for Seattle. Even better, you have the Washington Nationals beat the Houston Astros last night, so that picks up a full game in the division. And
5 straight losses, I believe, for those Astros.
Yeah, well, they just they lost. They just got swept by the A's, who you're playing right now. So it's at least 4 straight.
Lost 5 straight.
5 straight, perfect.
According to the MLB standings.
And then the other one that was great is the Rangers, who have had won 6 straight, just lost to the Angels, who you split with, so a 6-4 win for the Angels. So you move clear of the tie in second place, and you pick up a game in the division. So great.
And now just a half game behind the Yankees for the top wild card spot.
For the top wild card spot instead of flirting with the bottom one. So yes, absolutely great day for the Mariners yesterday. It's a fun part of the season because you start to get to scoreboard watching and then keeping an eye out for any of those deadline moves for the rest of the week. We move from the Mariners to a much more depressing story. There was a shooting at the NFL headquarters building yesterday. As the news was breaking, I don't think that they knew that the actual intent ended up being the NFL headquarters. Turns out the gunman had shot some people in the lobby and then ran to the elevator bank and took the wrong elevator up, went to a financial floor and ended up killing somebody there as well before ending his own life. But later, police found on the body of Shane Devon Tamura, a a 27-year-old resident of Las Vegas, Nevada. They found a note saying that he is suffering from CTE, and the note accused the NFL of concealing the danger of football for profit, and he also requested that his brain be studied after his death. The police have already said that there is no evidence of CTE, and they've kind of debunked
Well,
that.
how would the police know that?
I don't know,
Yet,
but
without looking at his, because the only way you can find it is
gotta open his
post-mortem.
brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Apparently, he had mental illness issues, and they
Yes.
were not consistent with CTE, from what I read.
Gotcha.
So again, I don't know. This is all. A lot of it is
Right.
speculative. They
Yes.
haven't. The motive is still under investigation. They
Mhm.
said that they have found a note, but this is something that is really scary. I mean, you have these, leagues that are getting more and more powerful and having more and more influence over people. There was recently the guy that was convicted of stalking Caitlin Clark. He's going to be in prison for 18 months, and you see it.
I'm sure he'll come out all the better too.
Oh, I'm
Learn
sure
his
that
lesson.
that will help him, put things on the right path.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of a terrifying incident yesterday. So you wonder what it'll do for security around NFL games, NFL facilities, all of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of a scary moment yesterday. Speaking of NFL news, it was also announced today that YouTube will be exclusively broadcasting the 2025 regular season opener in São Paulo, Brazil on September 5th. So if you're tuning in, that game will not be on any of your local channels. It will be on YouTube. We don't know who the full broadcast team, but Kurt Warner has been pinned as an analyst for the game. So you'll get
still
kind
no
of
play-by-play guy, like you just said. Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll still get kind of the mellow tones of Kurt Warner, who's fine. He does radio and some TV and whatever.
Well, he's an NFL Network veteran, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, and he does Westwood One too. So if
Okay.
you're listening to the NFL on radio, you'll probably hear him a lot. Obviously, a distinguished playing career. But this will be a free global broadcast.
Yeah.
So if you're worried about the partnerships with Amazon and Facebook and any of these things, continuing, they will.
Yep.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the next round of negotiations are exclusively with streaming partners, and you don't see NBC or CBS.
But at
or
least
any of
this
those.
one, all you need is an internet connection.
Yeah, anywhere in the world.
No subscription package.
Yep. So YouTube does own the DirecTV bundles, which is obviously a paid service for the Sunday Ticket. So if you want to watch any game, I'm sure you will see ads for it on September 5th again and again and again.
Every break.
And again. And again.
Every break.
If you didn't see what is going on in Philadelphia, I would be very excited to get the audio or the video of it. But Bryce Harper earlier this week got into a bit of a shouting match with MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred in the Phillies locker room, which ended with Bryce Harper yelling, "Get the F out of our clubhouse." If Manfred wanted to talk about potential implementation of a salary cap, Bryce Harper, who gets paid a lot of money to play baseball,
Yes, he does.
in a clubhouse that spends a lot of money on a team to play baseball.
Yes, they do.
I don't think he picked it. And the one image that I have, and Patrick Harris and I were talking about this earlier today, I don't think Bryce Harper is the most difficult guy to read. I don't think he has great poker face. When he starts to get steamed, I
that's
feel
fair.
like all his muscles tense. His entire face goes red. I think you were the one that said maybe even his mohawk grows a little bit
Yeah, see, I was
taller.
going to say, I would like to believe that as he gets angrier and angrier, that mohawk stands straighter and straighter up.
I picture it just like kind of the Altered Beast video game where you see like kind of the morphing into the werewolf character to go into beast mode.
Yeah.
I kind of picture it that way. So I don't know if this is more of an indication of Rob Manfred trying to check the temperature and doing it poorly, or if this guy cannot read a room at all. But I feel like that is some...
I think he got a good gauge of the temperature once he saw the steam coming out of Bryce Harper's ears.
Could you imagine going... And he was apparently
Nose
to nose
was the verbiage.
with the commissioner of the league.
Yeah.
Shows how much power the players still have in baseball, that he can do that. And I didn't see, was he suspended at all?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that all either.
Mhm.
All right. One more before we get to the sports desk. We were giving away tickets to a early screening of The Naked Gun,
Yes.
but there is more than just the movie to be talking about. So it sounds like Liam Neeson, the star and playing the son of Frank Drebin, so Frank Drebin Jr., and his co-star Pam Anderson
Yeah.
are an item.
Wow. Well, first off, I didn't realize she was a co-star in the movie.
Yeah.
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 So that's great. But yeah, that just seems. I saw that news today that that rumor, and I was like, what? That just seems a coupling that you might not expect.
Well, it turns out he's not the only one with a very particular set of skills. So is what I would have to guess there. Yeah. Save that one for you. But hey, why not? I mean, they're both Hollywood veterans, and
Right?
apparently they were at the premiere. They both had their sons, who I believe are mostly grown, if not fully grown.
I'm sure they probably are, yeah.
Humans. So hey, if everything is going well for both of them, I say good luck to you. And if it means that we will get more and more Naked Guns, should the performances be good, I'm here for it. So
Liam Neeson, 73 years old.
Pam Anderson,
58.
I had Pam Anderson undress near me one time. I guess she was dressing and redressing and undressing when I worked in LA at the W Hotel. She was getting ready for some premiere, and she had all of her assistants and a bunch of people taping the dress to her. It was a very weird moment. It was not nearly the nudity that you hoped for when you thought of Pam Anderson as a younger person.
It's
It
like
was
that
a lot.
Seinfeld episode. There's good naked and there's bad naked.
Yeah, that was definitely bad naked. Can I tell you real quick, good naked, bad naked story? Have
absolutely.
you ever witnessed the naked bike ride?
No.
I had the exact scenario play out. I know how much of a Seinfeld fan you are. I
Yes.
literally saw a woman have trouble with her bicycle chain.
Try to fix that bike chain.
And she got off the bike, and I'm like, that is an attractive looking naked woman. And she got down in the crouch position to adjust the chain, and I was transported onto the set into the brain of Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
It was an insanely surreal moment, and it was definitely bad naked.
And it's
it
like-
went from good naked, bad
Yes.
naked,
And
good
it-
naked, bad naked.
And Elaine, explaining the difference between the good naked and the bad naked, using the male body as a reference, saying it's like a Jeep. It's utilitarian. It's for getting around.
Literally. To standing, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Squatting down to get the bike chain, not. So
not so much.
that is a very very apt description. Let's go over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, and you can tell me what we missed.
Well, so we heard last week, it was Thursday, I believe, the Las Vegas Raiders released Christian Wilkins. They were not pleased at how he regarded his rehab from a Jones fracture in his foot. So they voided the remaining $35.2 million of guaranteed money left on his contract. But now it's been coming out yesterday and today. Apparently, Christian Wilkins
He's kissing people.
kissed a fellow player on the head, and the teammate took offense to it.
We still do not know where on the head and who the player was.
Well, I think I heard forehead.
Yeah, well, so originally it was top of the head, and
Okay.
it is now moved to forehead.
Okay, yes.
I was, just before the show, I was listening to some press conference audio. I'm going to try to get us that for the show tomorrow to talk about. This story keeps getting weirder and weirder. But despite all of that, there still seems to be interest for Christian Wilkins out on the open market. So.
And apparently they say that, the people in the room said it was a playful interaction, but the player on the receiving end did not regard it so.
Well, it's...
In which that's the one that matters, I
the
guess, right?
definition of harassment, right,
Yeah.
is unwanted, and
Consent,
can
baby.
be, and it can be anybody's version of unwanted. But yeah, they're looking for a reason to get rid of him in Las Vegas, but it sounds like the rest of the league interested.
Who among the fan air staff would you least want to have kiss you on the forehead?
I'm good with anybody. I mean,
Yeah?
the whole air staff. I mean, beautiful people across the board.
Yeah.
A little forehead kiss. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to get any.
Who would you most want to have kiss you on the forehead?
Oh, I mean, besides you,
Of course.
I don't know. I'd have to really think about
That's a
that.
tough one, huh?
Yeah. That's a tough one.
All right.
We'll think about it.
More sports scores and stories in 60 minutes with Buck at primetime. I'm Jeff Russ from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of dirt and spray. Weekday morning 6 to 10 a.m. The Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM and 1080 a.m. It's Tuesday on the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson.
You might not want to let your children watch this.
Time for play-by-play back.
Gary Newton is the greatest corn dogger ever.
Real game calls, real reactions, and one big question.
Is that a corn dog in your pocket?
Oh yeah. That's my practice dog, sorry.
Degrom's pitch, and this ball's blasted by Newman out into deep left center field. It's out by the wall, and that one is out of here.
Kevin Newman says hello, Newman, to Jacob DeGrom.
Well, how perfect is it, a former New York Met for Newman? Somewhere Jerry Seinfeld is going, how did that happen? Hello, Newman.
Hello, Newman.
You know, you gotta love it when even the play-by-play crew can get in on a joke.
Well, I hope so.
And and knowing that the player was a former Met and being able to tie it in like that, and yeah, not that Newman was the former Met, but anyway.
Well, I think they both were former Mets.
Okay,
so that was the.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Kyle Newman, home run off of Jacob DeGrom. Here's the thing: is DeGrom is having like a Cy Young caliber year.
Mm-hmm.
He struck out 8 in 5 1/3 yesterday, so he was pitching really well. He struck out the side in the first and the third. But this American League West is kind of delivering some really fun baseball. You're having a team that's 15 back, and the A's winning just swept the Astros, who were in first place. The Angels and Mariners just split. So the Angels beating now the Rangers, who are the hottest team in baseball coming into yesterday.
And they had came up and tied the Mariners in the standings. They dropped back a game last night, but
well, that's what we want. So don't say it like you're disappointed with that, unless you're going to start rooting for the Rangers, which is
I'm not going to root for the Rangers, except for our good buddy Gavin Dawson down there on 105.3 The Fan. Yeah. Sister station, I believe.
Sure, you can
think
call
so.
it that. I don't know. Do we have like an individual sister station, or is any other sports radio station on the Odyssey
but
dial?
I believe I think they're Odyssey Sports.
Because you have sister cities, though, where it's like there's a specific sister city.
Gotcha.
Where it's not like any city that's like this, whatever. So
Right.
I don't know exactly how the program works, but I don't know. But yes, fellow Odyssey station?
I believe.
Okay. I'll just do that with an upward inflection, and we'll be good to go. What else you got for me?
Down 0-2. Line to left field, slicing, and that's a fair ball. Twins are going to win this game. Gasper scores, Castro scores, and the Twins win in walk-off fashion. Brooks Lee does it again. 5-4 the final.
There we go. Brooks Lee providing the walk-off hit for the Twins. They were down in the bottom of the ninth after a 90-minute rain delay.
Yeah, rain and lightning, and it was pouring.
Yeah.
Pouring down rain. Just from the scoreboard watching perspective, you're sitting here watching another team in the Boston Red Sox that are competing for the last wild card spot.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, if you can catch the Houston Astros, you don't have to worry about it, but you can't catch the Astros unless you pass everybody in the wild card.
Yeah.
And so now just a half game back of the New York Yankees, who are playing without Aaron Judge. So if there's a second team that I root for besides the Mariners, it is the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
My initials are on their hat.
There we go.
But the third team is now the Minnesota Twins because my twins are fans of the Twins because they are twins.
They are twins. And apropos of nothing, next week I will be in Minneapolis.
Oh, fantastic. Maybe I'll have you get me some Twins gear or something.
We'll see. I'm only there for a couple of days. My wife's grandmother's 101st birthday celebration.
Dude, that's so awesome.
In Fergus Falls.
I always said if I was going to die 101 years old, I'd like to, dive into the ocean to save a baby from a fire and be eaten by a shark at 101 years old.
Well, or you go like Bob Barker and get as close to $1 as you can without going over.
Who else did that? Oh, Betty White, when she had the published article.
Yes.
Right before she actually passed away.
And Betty, of course, older than sliced bread.
Yeah, I think that's actually,
So she literally could not be the greatest thing.
But she had the what it's like to turn 100, and then that article came out, and she died just before she turned 100.
Padres and Mets tied at 6 with 2 on and 2 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. The former Met, Jose Iglesias, is the winning run standing at second base. And the Padres' number 9 hitter, Elias Diaz, coming up.
Line to left center field. It's in for a base hit. Here comes Iglesias around. The throw is up the line. Padres walk it off. Elias Diaz drives it in.
There we go. The Padres, the Fathers, the Friars, whatever your preferred designation for
Friars.
that team
I'll go
in
Friars.
San Diego. You like the Friars?
Yeah.
That was their 5th walk-off win of the season, apparently.
Yeah. Listen, if you can win in close games, that's going to matter when you come down the stretch. The Dodgers have not looked great lately. The Padres are, I feel like, the only team in that division that are playing any sort of well. The Giants have been bad recently.
Nobody in that division has more than one straight game except for the Padres.
Well, yeah, but if you look over like the last, I don't know, month or so, the Padres seem to be the team playing the best. So if you have somebody other than the Dodgers win that division, I think it is a big upset considering what the expectations were. But injuries and pitching and everything that's been going on with the Dodgers, and the Mets have been playing really well. So seeing the Padres get a couple walk-offs last night, pretty fun scoreboard watching.
1-2 pitch. High in the air, deep to right. That ball is foul. Or gone.
Or gone.
That ball was absolutely launched. Law Dog posing him up at the dish. He knew it off the bat. It was just a matter of how far.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Who put a question mark in there?
Yeah, right. So that's Chris Carey.
Yeah.
You might recognize that last name.
Yes,
it's kind of a famous one, especially in baseball. You got Harry. You know.
Yeah.
Again,
Fourth generation.
Yeah, and Chip and Skip and now Chris. That one there, that home run or foul ball call. I don't know how he missed that badly. That ball was hit to like dead right center field, not anywhere near the foul pole.
No, not at all. And the funny thing was I was watching the Mariners play in Sacramento last night where there have been many confusing calls for the A's because the foul poles are so much shorter in Sacramento. So the Athletics are playing in the minor league ballpark in Sacramento. They didn't extend the poles to MLB height. So there was an Aaron Judge home run earlier this season that went way over the top of the pole. They had no idea. There was a couple in the Mariners game last night that they weren't sure about. They had to go and do a officials review. So yeah, it's been dicey. And that one, I don't know, 30 yards in play or so.
Yeah, I mean, it literally it was right center field.
Like
not even straight away right field, right center field. So that brings bad call.
Yeah.
And now this, Katy Perry. Apparently, in her efforts to get over Orlando Bloom, now apparently canoodling perhaps with former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. What is the worst call? Chris Carey, Katy Perry choosing the former PM, or the former PM choosing Katy Perry?
You know what? Celebrity romances, like this whole Pam Anderson, Liam Neeson thing, the Katy Perry dating a former politician. We're in an era where politicians are becoming celebrities and celebrities are becoming politicians.
Right.
So I think that fits with the timeline of Idiocracy that we talked about, I think, last week. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that wins. So the worst call will be the baseball call. It was real bad.
But if it's a politician from Canada, is it really a politician?
That's a fair point. But he would still have like whatever the Canadian Secret Service, Royal Mounted Secret Service would be, right?
Yeah.
So
do they still have to? Do they have to change their money now that now it's King Charles?
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't they have the Queen on their currency?
Probably. Do you just erase the Queen from the currency?
I mean,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are in Canada. Half the people still speak French. I have no idea.
Yeah. So,
who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? All right, let's get to the final segment. It's called One More for the Road. We will do it next. This is the Fan Happy Hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Relax, hot shot.
Welcome back to the Fan Happy Hour. We're about to wrap things up.
Maybe you guys like what I have so far?
Wicked woman, cool creams and misters. You gotta go spell on me.
Let's grab one more for the road.
Come on, everybody. Everything's smooth.
Here's Luke Anderson.
All right, Mr. Rust, anybody saying anything of any value on the text line or the YouTube chat?
You know, it has been fairly quiet today.
All right.
Although on the text line from a bit ago from our Ryan Sandberg discussion.
Oh, yeah.
Sando, one of those greats that said little when he won and less when he lost. And the Cubs lost a lot. Class act.
For sure. And it was funny. Right after we did that segment, I've got MLB TV on in here in the studio, and it was cycling through comments from people that he played with, broadcasters, people that knew him personally, and I mean, just the tributes go on, and there's not enough characters in a tweet to put it out there, but just kind of as they cycled through those. Obviously, don't have the sound on, but a lot of the tributes have been really, really great, and I'm sure I'll probably get caught up in some more of those as the day goes on.
And then going back to some Mariners talk too, Joel S. on the YouTube chat saying Luke Raley is an outfielder they have had to use at first base.
Oh, that's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. They go, let's put the big guy at first base, but he is not a first baseman. So having somebody that plays true first base and just watching the way that he played defense, base running, just his approach at the plate, having somebody that strikes out as rarely as he does, having Josh Naylor there, I think is a great move. And I know a lot of people wanted Suarez back, but having another guy that hits a bunch of home runs when you've already got somebody like that in your lineup, having a little diversity in there and improving your defense is great. Replacing your third baseman who's awesome in the field may not be the right move. I could, obviously come back to eat my words later, but we'll have a segment for that.
I still, though, I do agree, Naylor, good addition for the Mariners, but I did find it funny when they said they added slugging first baseman Josh Naylor. He had 11 home runs on the season.
Well, yeah, but he had 30 last year.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah.
But, yeah.
What are you getting? Yeah. Our one more for the road today. Remind me how old your daughters are?
13 and 8.
Have they surpassed you in anything that you value yet? So I'll give you an example,
Besides
kind of what this
funny?
reminds me. Well, like my dad had 4 sons and a daughter, and at some point athletically, my dad was a very good athlete. He still holds the mile record at his high school. He played 3 sports. He was always playing basketball or quarterbacking for a football game or whatever. But one of the things that we had when we were growing up was a ping pong table in the basement. And at some point, all of his boys passed him in his ability. He taught us how to play,
Gotcha.
and then we all beat him at it. And to this day, at least me and my other brother, one of my brothers, Paul, will play him left-handed because they're more competitive games. And they're fun.
Yeah.
And we're pretty good left-handed. I play most people left-handed first, and then they beat my left hand. I play them right-handed because I'm that kind of jerk.
Yeah.
It's the Princess Bride approach to ping
That was
pong.
just what was popping up in my head.
Totally. So we've played enough ping pong. I'm not the best ping pong player, I know, but I love the game, and we play a fair amount. But
I'll think of this, my 13-year-old daughter teaching herself to play the guitar.
Okay, that is a perfect... Did you always want to play guitar?
I always, yes, but I don't have the manual dexterity for it, which is a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, teaching herself to play the guitar, no lessons, nothing. She's just looking at things on YouTube apparently, and I can sit and I'll hear her in her room, and she's up there playing like "Creep" by Radiohead.
Oh, look at that! It's even a song that you appreciate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then some of her more, contemporary hits and such. But what's the one that says that what I want to? What's the lyric? I want to kiss you on the mouth and love you like a sailor, something like that.
I haven't the foggiest.
Right.
I've got 2
anyway,
8-year-olds.
That's also my sentiment towards you most days.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. The girls are 8, and they've started getting into kind of like early 2000s hip hop. I was hearing Apple Bottom Jeans out of their room the other day.
Okay.
I'm like, what is
Boots with the fur?
Yeah. Well, hey, listen. Yes. So they were ready to get low. But yeah,
just like the Fred Meyer ads.
But like that's my wife's kind of wheelhouse. So I'm sure that's what they're listening to the car with her. But we've gotten a little bit of like the kids bop.
Yeah.
And all of that.
When we're in the car all together, I try to leave it on my yacht rock, but I get outvoted a lot.
Yeah. Is there anything that you're worried about them? You want your kids to be smarter than you and more successful than you and more attractive than you and all of those things. Is there anything you're worried about your kids?
That's going to be a tough hurdle to clear.
For you, yes. I 100% understand that. But are there any ones that you're worried about them surpassing you in? Any that you're looking forward to them?
I'm pretty certain that even at this age, they both have far more talent in them than I ever did. And I sit here and talk on this stupid radio show. Two stupid radio shows now.
Hey, there you go.
Right?
Well, I don't know. I thought that last week was a pretty big week for me.
Yes.
I get my own show, Happy Hour with Luke Anderson, officially Monday through Friday. We flip to FM. We do the whole thing. Well,
it's a big week. We're kind of a big deal.
Here's the thing. My 8-year-old daughter made her television debut last week. There was a little local news story, and they were looking for somebody to come on. And I've gotten more text messages about her appearance on the local news than I have about my thing. So even on the first day, not my first day of a radio show, but first week of this radio show,
yes,
she absolutely whooped me. Here's a little bit of little Andy Anderson getting ready for the 3rd grade.
There's a lot of books in this library, so there's a lot to choose from.
Andy Anderson is going into the 3rd grade next school year, but during the summer, her and her twin sister spend a lot of time at the Vancouver Mall Library.
This is the main one we go to. We come to get books like every once in a while.
As she picks out her reading list for the week,
maybe getting that one.
She was sad to find out the future of this library is up in the air and it could close.
A little upset because this is a really nice location for a library.
She absolutely crushed it. My wife sent me a text. She's like, my goodness, your daughter can talk.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
right?
well, I know that.
Yes.
But she got mic'd up, sat with the reporter from KPTV for 15 minutes. They did the whole little story.
Very cool.
So it's still on the website. So she is trying to help save the libraries.
Yes.
So if anybody is concerned about the levy that is coming up on August 5th in Vancouver to save the Fort Vancouver libraries.
Save the libraries.
My daughter would appreciate all of your efforts, but she 100% trumped me. So
I too was on the local news as a youth.
Oh, how old?
Probably around the same age. I don't remember exactly. It was because my dad, who is he was a dentist. He's still a dentist, not quite retired yet. He was one of the first, at least in the area, that would, you know how you get your pets, your dogs and cats microchipped, so if they get lost. Yep. They were doing that on
with your teeth.
With teeth, yes.
What?
They would put
you could low jack your teeth in case one of your teeth
tiny
fell out?
microchip like on your back molar, and should something happen, it had like all your medical info and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, it wasn't for your tooth; it was for you.
No, it was for you.
Oh, that
so
makes
like
a
your
lot
medical
more sense.
info to get scanned and whatnot. But yeah, so that was I think it was Channel 8 that went out and.
And why did they have 8-year-old Jeffrey Rust on the news talking about low jacking your teeth?
I wasn't talking about it. I just was, I was in some of the B-roll.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, they were talking to my dad.
All right, trying to one-up my daughter. She one-up me, and you're trying to one-up her. I see what you're up to.
You're welcome.
If anybody out there has a story of their children making them look bad or just something you're proud of and you want to share, send it our way. We'll try to get it onto the show to start things off tomorrow. Mr. Rust, thank you as always. Everybody, thank you
Always
for
a pleasure.
listening. Primetime is next. We're done for now. Bye-bye.
Always look on the bright